Hi, welcome to the vlog today. This vlog's kind of been split over 2 days because I never got quite enough chance on Saturday, yesterday, to actually get enough footage tied together to make one daily vlog. But basically, mad day, I was teaching. We then had to travel to South London. Got back late, and then I was in London again today where I made the vlogs for you guys. So I'm in London today, just by Westminster, and what I'm doing right now is trying to get some time lapses, just mostly for archive so I can use them again for other vlogs and other films. And I'm going to shut up now. Always wanted to do that back to the studio thing from Westminster particularly. So this is the case I carry my tenor around in that. It's a BAM cabine. This is not a paid product endorsement. I do not get paid any endorsements by BAM. Why did I get this case? First of all, I wanted the 2 straps on the back. I did have another BAM case, which a student of mine now has, which had a single strap, which was a nice case. It was a good case. I had to get a shaped case. I originally got a shaped case because this was the case I had when I was in London 10, 11 years ago. It's another BAM case. It's, as you can see, it's pretty big. It's like a rucksack model case for the tenor. The great thing about it was this had 2 straps on it, but I could get my music in this front pouch, the tenor in there, and you get loads of extra room. You can see how Yanagisawa have kind of modelled their cases similar to the BAM, not the same, with that pouch down the front. They're really nice cases, but 2 things. Number 1, I've struggled with back problems for a number of years, which are exasperated by carrying around a saxophone on my back. So I needed to kind of have a case that was 2 straps, particularly not 1, and I also needed to shed some of the weight off the back as well. And the second reason was, when I was living in Northern Ireland, I was at least flying 25 weeks a year onto other gigs, either back to the mainland or to Europe. And when I had the BAM case, the rucksack case, I'd always get stopped at security. They'd always moan at me about it. They'd always say I couldn't take it on the plane, even though normally, in fact, I think I always did. But they'd often charge me to put it in the hold, and then when I got to the plane, I'd just get on with it anyway. But anyway, every time I had a shaped case, it was never a problem. So I learnt my lesson and took a shaped case. And also a shaped case took up less room in the car, which was great. But I went to the cabine because there literally is the smallest tenor case you can get on without having a customised case. And it's fantastic. It's very durable. It's very lightweight. You know, look. Now, there isn't a saxophone in there at the moment, although I wouldn't certainly be trying to even do that. But extremely lightweight. Likewise, the alto case, similar kind of thing. This is really feather light. And if I open it up, you can see similar kind of thing. Very little room, not a huge amount of extra space knocking about. But seriously, I'm a big guy. I'm strong, okay, and I've come to this conclusion: if you have gear that doesn't fit in these cases, you need to carry a bag or another case. You know, it was a great comment somebody made to me when I was umming and ahhing about getting custom-made earplugs because they're about £180. And someone said, you know, you only get... Story about that one. I was doing a gig with a soul band in Belfast, and on the Wednesday after the Saturday gig, my ears were still ringing. And I realised, and I spoke to someone, they said, you know, you only get one set of ears. You only get one back. You only get one set of vertebrae. As you get older, and I'm only 35, you know, you've got to take care of things. So be careful what you carry on your back with the saxophone cases. Don't overload yourself. As you saw, that was great for getting around London with today. It's snug on the back. It's still a little bit sore. Sort of managed to have to get Katie to sort of just rub the back a little bit. That's purely because I've got an injury there from playing too much rugby and cricket when I was younger. But I've got to say, these Cabini cases are excellent. Highly recommend them, but always put the two straps on. Don't try and always be cool and sling it over one side. The other cases I've had over the years, I had a Hiscox case for a long time. The problem I didn't like with the Hiscox, it didn't quite fit the instrument too snugly. The other BAM case I had before, which I'll list below in the description, kind of had this softy, they called it a hard soft case. So basically, the case took a lot of the impact, whereas if you've got a hard case and there's not much inside of it, the saxophone moves if it gets a knock, and the cases always get a knock. I've never used a completely soft case, mainly because I'm too clumsy. It would just take just a little thing just to knock a saxophone out of sync, and if you're on the way to a gig, you don't want to be worrying about that. If somebody knocks into you on the tube, or if you knock it in the car, or you go in a corner too fast and something knocks, always take really good care of your instruments. But you're always trying to find this happy balance between weight and bulk and safety for the saxophone. So BAM Cabinis are the ones I use for alto and tenor. For soprano, I still just use the standard Yanagisawa. I do have, one of the reasons I got hold of this BAM case is it has these attachments on the side for a soprano. I have it somewhere, I don't know where, because basically I always take my soprano in just the standard case. I know you can get other cases for sopranos. I've just not bothered yet. I might do. If I can find something similar to these Cabini cases, it might be really, really nice. So I hope you find that useful. Cases, I guess my argument would be about what I've said in that it doesn't affect your playing. You need the best case possible to protect your saxophone, but also you need something that's going to protect your body and your back, so you don't want to be carrying around dead weights all the time. If you're a younger player, be careful. It's very easy when you're young just to throw things on your back and not care about it. And I was one of those people, and people used to say to me, be careful, and I never listened. And now I've got back problems and things like that. Not just from playing the saxophone, also from playing a lot of rugby and cricket when I was younger. And also laptops are a nightmare. And, you know, as I said, I used to carry in this if I was doing a lot of gigs, because they wouldn't let you take a laptop on as a separate piece of hand luggage. This was the only thing I could take as hand luggage, so I used to take this with a laptop in it and the wires and everything, and it just wasn't clever. So be very, very careful. I mean, I distinctly remember, I'm pretty certain I had this case, maybe I had the shaped case getting on a rush hour tube train and not being very, very popular. Now I tend to be the commuter sometimes doing that, but with the Cabinis, excellent. They fit on your back quite easily. You know, you don't feel too like this kind of you and the extra bit of the case. It's just kind of, it fits snugly as you saw in my picture. So there you go. Any questions or comments about cases, whack them in the comments below. Thank you for all the questions and the comments over the vlogs. It's great to welcome new people to the vlog. If you're watching this for the first time, please hit the saxophone button below and subscribe. There's at least 3 new videos a week when I can. If you haven't seen this video, make sure you check it out as well. And yeah, welcome along. I'm just trying to share things, life as a musician in the southeast of England, as a music teacher and a dad of 2 young children. I was trying to ask the questions that I never had the chance to ask, especially if I was a younger musician or a young student thinking of becoming a musician. So I'm trying to address some of those questions that I've had and still have over time, share a little bit of tidbits, and hopefully inspire you to be creative in whichever way you want to be creative. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching the vlog. I'll see you soon.